Okay, Pranav Joshi has a question. After session, we will see your problem. Okay, so we will start with one example related to Newton-Raphson method. Briefly, we will cover the program, the numerical, and then we will start with the flowchart and program. So the question is find by Newton's method. Newton's method means Newton-Raphson method. The real root of the equation 3x is equal to cos x plus 1 correct to 4 decimal places. So the accuracy of the answer is expected up to 4 decimal places. So we know this particular formula is Newton-Raphson formula xn plus 1, that is next root equal to previous root minus f of xn divided by f dash of xn. So always first step is to write the given equation into a functional form, that is f of x is equal to 3x minus cos x minus 1. Now we know that the Newton-Raphson method required only one initial approximation, and the condition is that the first approximation value that we are taking, that should be very close to the actual root. Otherwise there is a chance that the iteration may go away from the answer. So that's why what we will do, first of all we will put x equal to 0 into the function, and for that we will estimate the answer. So we put x equal to 0 into the equation and we got f of 0 as minus 2, and this particular answer is negative. Then we will put x is equal to 1 into the function f of x is equal to, and we will simplify that, and upon simplification f of 1 is equal to 1.4597, that is positive. So as f of 0 is negative, f of 1 is positive, so we can say that root lies between 0 and 1. Now we are very sure that root lies between 0 and 1, but when we move towards the exact root of the equation, then the value of f of x approaches to 0. So if you compare f of 0 and f of 1, then 1.4597, that is f of 1, is close to 0, and that's why we will take initial approximation as x is equal to 1, that is initial approximation x naught is equal to 1. Then somebody may ask a question, can we start with f of 0, that is x equal to 0? Yes, you can do, there is no problem. But if you start with a value for which f of x is close to 0, then you will need to do less number of iterations, and that's why we will start with x naught equal to 1. Similarly, for solving Newton-Raphson method, we need xn, so we have x naught, that is 1, that is first approximation. F of xn, that is equation that we have, and we also need a derivation of f of xn, that is f dash of x. So we will take the derivative of this f of x function, and the answer is 3 plus sine x. Derivative of 3x is 3, and derivative of cos x is minus sine x. So minus minus plus. So therefore 3 plus sine x, and derivative of 1 is 0. Okay, then we will use Newton-Raphson formula to calculate first approximation x1. So x1 is equal to x naught minus f of x naught upon f dash of x naught. So we know that x naught is 1. So put x naught as 1 in the equation. Then put all the values in the equation and simplify. You will get x1 as 0.2217. So this is our first approximation value x1. Similarly, we can find out x2. So the formula is x2 is equal to x1 minus f of x1 upon f dash of x1. Then put the value into the equation. Simplify the equation and you will get x2 as 0.6287. So what you need to do, you need to repeat this process and you will get x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, and how long you should repeat this particular process until you will get the value of x for same for two successive iterations. So you can see x5 and n6 have same values up to 4 decimal places. So we can say that the root of the equation is, sorry, this is not 5, this is 0.6071. This is the root of the equation. So this is how we solve this problem by using Newton-Raphson method. Now what we will do, we will try to convert this problem into a flowchart, and flowchart should be such that we can solve any kind of problem with the help of that flowchart. So first step, start. So as we know, we are going to use Python as a tool for programming the Newton-Raphson method and all other problems in this particular course. So we will start with Python. So as I told you already that you can either use Colab, which is available on online. So you can search on Google Colab and you will get online version of Python, or you can download the Python from online and you can install on your system, and you can use the Jupyter file as well. Then in first step in Newton-Raphson method, we define f of x. Generally it is given in the problem, and by using f of x we can take its derivative so that we can get f dash of x. And in the problem it was mentioned that the answer should be accurate up to 4 decimal places. So similarly we can define the accuracy of the answer. Then we find out the value of a and value of b such that root lies between a and b. But when you take the value of a and b, we check certain conditions that if f of a is equal to 0, if yes, we can say that a is the root of the equation. If not, then we will check f of b is equal to 0. If this condition is true, then we can say that b is the root of the equation. But if this condition is not true, then we will check the product of f of a and f of b is greater than 0. If this product is greater than 0, then we say that given approximate values does not bracket the root, that is root does not lie between a and b, and we need to try with different values. So that's why we again go back to step number 3, and we will take 2 new values for a and b, and again we will proceed. Now once these 3 conditions fails, then we can say that root lies between a and b, that is the product of f of a and f of b is less than 0. And in that, what we will do, we will check which value is lesser, that is either f of a or f of b. So if f of a is less or less than f of b, that is f of a is close to 0, then in that case we assign x equal to a. Or if f of b is less than f of a, that is close to 0, then we assign x is equal to b. What we did, what the way we understand the problem and solve it, we just written in terms of program form, that is loop, if else loop. Then we have now the initial approximation x, it may be either a or b. Now we will enter into the Newton-Raphson loop, and we know that for using Newton-Raphson method we need 3 initial values f of x, which will be given to you. From that you can calculate f dash of a, f dash of x, and initial value that we just calculated, that is x. Then as we decided to express the answer in terms of accuracy, so we call it as a error, and which is equal to x next minus x, that is next iteration minus present iteration, that will tell you about the error, and that is expressing the accuracy of the answer. And in order to continuously iterate the next values of the root, we use while loop, and how long that while loop will work unless the absolute value of the error is greater than 0.0001. Here 0.0001 is the accuracy that we took from the problem. Then again we write the formula for Newton-Raphson method. X next is equal to x minus f of x upon f dash of x. And again for new value of x next, we check the value of error, and then we assign new value to x as x next. So again the loop will come back to, sorry, here while loop, it will check whether the error is less than, greater than, equal to absolute value of the error, that is 0.0001, and it will go on iterating. Once the condition is failed, then the program will come out of the loop, and whatever value of x you received here, that will be your root of the equation. Then we will print that value, and that will be the root of the given equation. So now what we will do, we have the flowchart for us. Now we will open the Python app, that is I'm using Jupyter Notebook. Once you already installed Anaconda version on my system, and I will be using Jupyter for writing the codes. So once you open a new window pop up on your screen, and it will go to the local host, and here you need to go to a new, in that Python 3, click on it. Once you click on it, a new window will open, and there you can see a line where you can start writing the codes. You can also rename the file, and here we can make it Newton-Raphson method. Okay, so we will start writing the program, and at the beginning you can start with your name. So for writing, you need to write the name as a comment, right? So at the beginning of any comment we put hash, and there we can write whatever comment we want to write. So I will write my name, then it is related to unit number 1, and it is, the problem is related to bisection method, sorry, Newton-Raphson method. To estimate root, and here I forgot to put hash in front of that line, so I will put. So during typing you may do many mistakes, so you should be very careful about it. Then we will go step by step. We started the Python. Now we need to define function f of x, f dash of x, and accuracy. So we'll go one by one. So first of all, we define function f of x. So for that we use syntax def for defining a function, give space, and we define as f of x. So f of x, after that colon, and then put enter. And we will take a random equation, that is x cube minus 4x plus 1. So x cube minus 4x plus 9. So this is the equation. You can take any equation, there is no issue about it. So here The def fx is the syntax that we use to define the function, and in this case x cube minus 4x plus 9 is the equation. Then we need to put a return before that equation, so that whenever you will call f of x, it will return the function f of x as x cube minus 4x plus 9, and if you put any value of x, it will give you the answer for the same. Again, we define f of x, then we need to define f dash of x, but instead of f dash of x, we write here g of x. So this another function will define the derivative of f of x. Even in Python, if you search, you can get the ready-made function for defining the derivative of any function. So you can also use that. So return x cube means 3 x square minus 4 is the derivative of f of x. So we wrote that function. Then we need to define the accuracy, but when you look at the flowchart, second step here, accuracy is mentioned, but again we can define accuracy in the Newton-Raphson loop. So here you need not to define the accuracy, later you can also define the same. But next step is you need to define A and B as first and second approximation. So we will go to that. So for
Sir, excuse me, sir.
yes, please.
Here written it is 3x square. So there will be double star because it is x square.
No, actually, yeah, the syntax that we use in Python varies. So to write x cube, we can write x star x star x. That is also syntax, or x double star cube, or you can write in this way as well, because x square, so x into x, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can write, or I will modify the same. Okay, and you can try out with double star as well. You are right, there are different syntax, and here I wanted to write actually x star x, but while typing I did that mistake. So thank you very much. Okay, is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now we will enter the value of a. So for that we will use input, and into bracket we will write first approximate value as a, which is equal to. So this is how you can, by using input command, you can enter the value of a. Similarly, using the input command, we will enter the second approximation. Second approximation as b, or second approximate value as b. Okay, so this is how we can enter a and b. But here, when you look at the statement, we don't know about the data type of a and b. So you can assign a data type. So float a. So now a new value will be assigned to a, which is a, but the data type is float, because a is a float type, it should not be integer. Similarly for b, we can define its data type. Sometimes what we can do here itself, we will use float and we put bracket. So this is also another way to enter the value of a as float. But yeah, we can write a program in a different manner. So you can use any type of method or your own way to write the program. Then once you enter the value of a and b, we will check what is next step. Here we need to check if f of a is less than 0 equal to 0, f of b is equal to 0, and product f of a and b greater than 0 or less than 0. So what we will do, first of all, we will calculate the value of f of a, and here we name it as f a is equal to f of a. So what it will do, it will call this particular function, and in that x will be replaced by a, so it will return f a. Similarly, we will put f of b, we will put x is equal to b, and we will calculate f of b, and it will be assigned to f of b. And again, we don't know about the data type of f a and f b, so you can define as f b is equal to float FA and float FB. So this is how we can modify, but let's check afterwards if there is any error, we can modify that as well. Now we will apply the condition. So first condition, if f of a equal to 0. So we'll check that condition if f of a equal to 0. So if this condition is true, then what we will print? We will print a is the root of the equation. A is a root, not the root. A is a root of the equation. So if this condition, if f of a, if this condition is true, then automatically this statement will be printed, and that's why I use command print. Then if this condition is not true, then we will go to next condition, if f of b equal to 0. So we'll use that if f of b equal to 0. If this condition is true, else if, okay, so if this condition is true, then we will use print statement and we will say b is a root of the equation. Okay, so if first condition is failed, then we will check second condition. That's why we can write if or else if, that is it means else if. So if second condition is true, it will print b is the root of the equation. Then we will go to next condition. Next condition is we will check the product of f of a and f of b is greater than 0. So let's go back to program and we will write that statement. Again, we will use elif, that is else if. And here we will check that condition f of a multiplied by f of b is greater than 0. So now we will check this condition. If the product of f of a and f of b is greater than 0, it means root does not lie between a and b. So we will write here root does not lie between a and b, and we need to change the values of a and b. Okay, so if this condition is true, then the program will go back to line number 7 and 8, and it will ask you to enter the value of a and b. So again, this program will continue. Means we completed up to this part. Now the last condition, that is if f of a is not equal to 0, if f of b is not equal to 0, and this product of f of a and b is not equal to 0, then last statement is else. Else, what will be the meaning of else? The product of f of a and f of b is less than 0. So we need not to write that condition directly. We will print and we will say that root lies between a and b. Here why it is not required to write the condition, because the first three conditions are wrong, and by default the last condition is product of f of a and f of b is less than 0. So you do not need not to write the condition. By default root will be between a and b. So we did it. Then this condition is true. Now we need to assign the value of x, right? So what we will do, if absolute value of f a is less than absolute value of f b. So what we are doing here, we are just checking this condition, that is absolute value of a, because f of a may be positive or negative, f of b also positive or negative. So that's why we are taking its absolute value, and whatever absolute value will be less, it means that value will be close to 0, and therefore we can start with that value. So x is equal to a, we will assign else b is equal to x. So what we are just doing here, if absolute value of a is less than 0, sorry, less than absolute value of f of b, then we assign x is equal to a, that is the first iteration or the starting value of our Newton-Raphson method. Otherwise, the what will be true, the f of b, its absolute value will be greater than f of a, and in that case we assign the x is equal to, sorry, x is equal to b, not x is equal to b. So this is how we will get the value of x, and we can enter into Newton-Raphson loop. So here you can see we completed this particular step. Now we will go to the loop that we are going to use for Newton-Raphson method. So we will go back, and what we can do, below this particular line you can start writing the loop for Newton-Raphson method, but instead of that, just like f of x and g of x, you can write a loop for Newton-Raphson method. So after this the program will go back to Newton-Raphson loop and it will start iterating. So what we will do, we will put here Newton x. So what we are doing, that after this particular loop, we are saying that the program will go to a function named Newton x, and this function we will define here. Define Newton x. What we are doing here, we are defining a function for Newton-Raphson method loop. So Newton x is equal to, so what will be the first line, x next is equal to, because we have the value of x here, that's why we calculate the next value of x by using formula x minus f of x divided by g of x. So we know the formula for Newton-Raphson method, that is x1, that is x next is equal to x minus fx upon gx. So fx is already defined here. and gx is defined here. So it will call the value fx and gx and it will solve. You will get next value of x, that is x next. Then we have x and x next, so we'll check the error. So error we are defining as x next minus x. So here we get the error because we decided to define the answer or get the root of the equation based on the error between the two successive approximations. Now with the use of this error value, we go to while loop. So while absolute value of error is greater than equal to 0.0001, or sometime for different problem, this error in this particular problem error is should be greater than 0.0001, but sometime you need to define the value of error. So in that case you can write a command similar to this and you can enter the error value. So enter the value of error or required value of error. Okay, so this also line you can write and manually you can enter, and here we will denote it as a, let's say, E, and here you can put E. So this is how you can modify the program as well. So there are different ways to enter the values or writing the program. So we are entering into the while loop. So when you enter into while loop, again we need to calculate the x next. So x next is equal to x minus f of x upon g of x. So then we will calculate error once again because we entered into the loop. So x next is equal minus x. Then we need to assign x is equal to x next. So how it will work? When you enter into while loop, again it will calculate the next iteration. Here we calculate first iteration, here we calculate second iteration. Oh, sorry, here we calculate first iteration, here we calculate next iteration, and then by using this x next and previous value of x, we calculate the new error, and the program will check whether this error is still greater than equal to 0.0001. If true, then we will come out of the loop, and otherwise it will continue. Then we will assign new value to x, and here we will print the whatever new value of the x as next iteration is. And what we will do, we will define the number of decimal points. So percent, as we are interested in 0.4 decimal point, so 0.4f we enter here. Again we write percent and the value of x. So whatever new value assigned to x, we are printing by using this particular print line or this particular command, and you will get next iteration is. So here the value of x will be printed and its accuracy or number of decimal points will be controlled by %.4f. So as per your requirement, you can modify this. Okay, so how long this particular loop will work? Unless the absolute value of error is greater than equal to 0.0001. When this condition fails, the program will come out of the loop and then we need to write the next line, that is you will get the true value. So here we will write print the root of the equation is, and again we'll define its accuracy. Okay, so once this particular condition failed, the program will come out of this loop, and whatever will be the latest value of x, that will be the root of the equation as per this program. So we defined it. So now we will check if we miss any steps. Yes. So we try to enter the for loop for Newton-Raphson method. Then when this particular condition fails, we will go to next step, and the value of x will be the root of the equation. We will print that value, and that will be the end of the program. So we'll check. Now we wrote the program, but we are not sure that whether our program is correct or not, and that's why we will run it. If there are any error, we will try to remove those error, and that will be the solution by using Python. Okay, so we'll check. So let's say the starting value is let's put 0, and b let's put 5. So what is saying, root does not lie between a and b. We need to change the values of a and b. So here it is saying that root is not between 0 and 5. Okay, that's fine. So again we will go back to program, we will run again. Now we will just expand the range. So let's put starting value -5, and last value let's say put 5, and we will check. Yeah, so as it is taking the value of a and b -5 and 5 respectively, so root lies between a and b, and which condition is true? This else condition is true, and that's why here it is saying that root lies between a and b. So you can see this particular line is printed here, root lies between a and b. Then it will start iterating the next part of that else loop, and when it will come here, it will go back to the Newton function that we define here, and it will keep iterating till this particular condition is true. And once this particular condition fails, it will come out of the loop, and it gives you the root of the equation. And here you can see these many iterations are there, and you can see the last two iterations, the two successive values are same, and the root of the equation is -2.7065. Again, what you can do, you can change. So let's change the value of error. Again we will run the program -5 to 5, and you can see the change, you can see here. But it is giving the answer up to 4 decimal points. Then, but here we are putting the error value as 0.00001. So we'll change here 0.5, 0.5. We will run the program again, -5 to 5. Yes, you can see now the decimal points have changed, and if you compare the two successive iterations, they are same. So the root of the equation is -2.70653. So what I am just doing, I am just changing the, playing with the program, and similarly you can do it. So what again we will do, lastly we'll change the equation. So we took this example, 3x minus cos x minus 1. So what you can do, you can replace this equation by that equation, again take its derivative, assign to g of x, again remaining things will be same, and you can run the program and you can get the answer. And you can check whether the answer that you received from this particular program, and the answer that you will get from the Python program are same or not. If both answers are correct, then your program is correct. So this is how you can do your program. So do you have any question? If you have, you can ask. Session is open for discussion. And this